In the vast and mysterious story of the cosmos, few celestial bodies have left a mark as deep and varied as Saturn. This giant planet, often seen as a symbol of ancient wisdom and deep insight, represents a powerful force that has shaped our thoughts about religion and philosophy across many cultures. For the ancients, Saturn, the farthest visible planet, was the edge of the known universe, a border beyond which lay the unknown. Its slow, steady journey through the sky, taking about 29.5 years, mirrored the cycles of human generations. This made it a natural clock, a celestial timekeeper showing the never-ending flow of life. Even the physical traits of this ringed world, its surprising lightness, light enough to float on water, and the strange hexagonal storm at its north pole, give it a unique, almost alien feel. The Babylonians, with their deep understanding of the stars, called it Kayamanu, meaning the steady one. This name perfectly captures its slow, deliberate path across the heavens. In many civilizations, Saturn's influence touched people's minds. It was linked to fairness, strict limits, the relentless march of time, and strangely, the peace of a golden age. Philosophically, Saturn embodies the idea of Peiros, the crucial principle of limitation that gives shape to what is formless. This allows the vast potential of the universe to become real and understandable. Saturn's influence, like a hidden current, flows into the basic stories of major world religions, especially through its strong connection to the Sabbath and the precise patterns of cosmic time. The very name Saturday, as Saturn's Day, connects to the Hebrew Shabbat, a word related to Shabtai, the Hebrew word for Saturn. It was in Jewish tradition that the powerful idea of sacred time first appeared. This was a big change from earlier beliefs that focused on sacred places, giving time itself a holy meaning. As Carl Jung suggested, a major alignment of Saturn and Jupiter in the watery sign of Pisces marked the beginning of Judaism. Indeed, different planetary alignments marked the start of different religious eras. Judaism with Jupiter-Saturn, Islam with Jupiter-Mercury, and Christianity with Jupiter-Venus. These celestial events hint at a cosmic dance, a grand plan woven into the very fabric of time. Beyond the Western traditions, Saturn's archetypal force echoes in other profound mythologies. In Hindu mythology, Saturn is personified as Shani, a powerful deity of karma and justice. Often depicted with dark skin, carrying a sword or club, and riding a black crow, Shani is believed to deliver the precise consequences of one's actions, whether good or bad. His influence, though often seen as challenging, is ultimately understood as a necessary catalyst for spiritual growth and purification. Ancient Egypt also recognized Saturn's significance. It was sometimes referred to as Horus Bull of the sky, linking it to concepts of kinship, divine power, and strength. From its old symbolic role, Saturn's enigmatic character evolved into the profound and often ambivalent concept of the demiurge, the architect and creator of the physical world, a figure whose nature vacillates between the benevolent and the malevolent. They saw him as a powerful, though lesser god, who created the world through the act of setting limits. Unlike the unknowable supreme god, the demiurge operates within the confines of mathematical principles, meticulously shaping the raw chaos into a discernible reality. He is the cosmic builder, the grand artisan, who turns the empty void into an organized cosmos. Plato, in his Timaeus, envisions the demiurge as the divine craftsman who, by applying mathematical principles, transforms primordial chaos into the structured universe we inhabit. This figure, at its core, represents consciousness becoming aware of itself, yet tragically forgetting its divine origin. Perhaps the most visceral and disturbing manifestation of Saturn's destructive and time-devouring aspect is found in the Greek myth of Kronos, devouring his own children. Foretold by a prophecy that one of his offspring would overthrow him, just as he had overthrown his father Uranus, Kronos consumed each child immediately after birth. This chilling act, most famously depicted in Francisco Goya's Saturn devouring his son, embodies a primal fear, the fear of being consumed by time itself, by the very forces one unleashed, or by the next generation. It symbolizes the relentless nature of time, which devours all that it creates, and the destructive paranoia that can grip power when it fears its own demise. Though the myth states Kronos swallowed his children whole, Goya's raw and terrifying painting captures the essence of this dread, depicting a monstrous, wild-eyed figure tearing flesh from a lifeless body. This image speaks to the brutal reality of an older order consuming the new, a profound commentary on cycles of tyranny and self-destruction. The medieval mind, grappling with the growing darkness of a troubled age, viewed Saturn as the very symbol of the Prince of Darkness. Jung writes that in medieval astrology, Saturn was believed to be the abode of the devil. Even though in ancient Rome, Saturn was known as the Black Star, this name didn't mean evil then. It referred to the rich, dark, fertile earth. But medieval astrology, built on a view of good versus evil, labeled Saturn as the greater malefic, a cold, calculating, and slow force. The qualities of Saturn were split. Its good aspects went to the divine realm, while its bad ones fell to the infernal domain of Satan. Yet in a twist, alchemists with their secret knowledge saw Saturn differently. They called it the lead of the wise, believing it to hold the seed of gold, the promise of change. The turning of Saturn into a demon, then, can be understood as humanity's deep but ultimately mistaken attempt to push away and condemn the very principle of what must be. The Romans, perhaps more than any other culture, celebrated the paradoxical nature of Saturn through the festival of Saturnalia. This annual midwinter celebration was a time of joyous feasting, gift-giving, and remarkable role reversals, where masters served their slaves. Saturnalia harked back to a time of mythical golden age, when Saturn ruled, a time of peace, abundance, and equality. This festival beautifully illustrates Saturn's dual nature, not merely the stern enforcer of limits, but also a benevolent bringer of liberation and utopian ideals. From Saturn's role in limiting and structuring things comes the powerful and common symbol of the black cube. This symbol appears repeatedly across cultures, speaking to the essence of physical existence and the boundaries of time and space. The cube, with its 6 sides, represents the dimensions of the physical world, length, width, and height, thus enclosing and containing everything within its perfect geometric form. This stark shape is also closely linked with secret and hidden knowledge, often hinting at the darker sides of Saturn's influence. It represents the unavoidable limits of the physical world and the restrictions placed on human consciousness itself. This deep symbolism is seen in various ancient traditions and secret societies, where Saturn is both respected as a strong creative force and a strict enforcer of cosmic rules. The cube represents a perfect limitation, 6 faces, 8 corners, and 12 edges, each a testament to the rules of sacred geometry. It embodies Saturn's Paras principle in its purest form, a perfect geometric container that gives concrete shape to formless space. The mathematical perfection of the cube, with its equal sides, precise right angles, and symmetrical faces, mirrors Saturn's cosmic role as the great architect of the universe. This ancient symbolism echoes through thousands of years. The Kaaba in Mecca, the revered black cube structure, stands as the very heart of Islamic pilgrimage. The Jewish tefillin are small black leather cubes worn during prayer, symbolizing a bond to divine law. Even Saturn's own hexagonal storm, when seen in 3 dimensions, forms a cube-like pattern, suggesting a cosmic plan. The shift from Saturn's stormy hexagon to the 3-dimensional cube represents the journey from original chaos to an ordered, structured reality. In occult traditions, the black cube serves as a powerful symbol of material manifestation and often the prison of physical reality. Among the perfect geometric shapes of the Platonic solids, the cube is considered the most earthly, directly connected to the material world crafted by the demiurge. Even in the modern business world, the widespread use of black cubes in logos and building designs shows their lasting symbolic power, representing structure, authority, and containment. The lion, a creature of fierce majesty and strong symbolism, weaves a complex connection between various divine and demonic figures in the great stories of religious tradition. Saturn, Yaldabaoth, and even the Archangel Michael has a connection to the lion. Carl Jung, in his profound explorations of the collective unconscious, noted the striking iconographic parallels. Both Saturn and Yaldabaoth, the demiurge and highest archon, have lions' faces. The lion in this context represents divine power, but a power that can turn fierce, protective, or even destructive. It is a sun symbol, Leo being the zodiac sign of the sun, yet strangely intertwined with the darkness of the classical planets. The lion represents cosmic authority and the formidable guardian of the boundaries between worlds. In the secret Mithraic mysteries, the lion-headed god, often linked with Saturn, is shown wrapped in the winding coils of a serpent, a deep symbol of cosmic forces. Thus, the lion, with its royal and imposing appearance, becomes the very face of cosmic limitation across many traditions. It's also noteworthy to point out the visual resemblance between Saturn, with its central planet surrounded by its iconic rings, and the ancient symbol of the all-seeing eye. This suggests themes of divine surveillance, omnipresent knowledge, or the watchful gaze of cosmic law. Beyond its role in astronomy and myths, Saturn represents a basic principle of how our minds are organized, profoundly shaping the very structure of our consciousness. Surprisingly, Saturn's inherent limitation becomes a conduit to profound freedom, for as the ancient mystics knew, only by accepting limitation do we find true freedom. Saturn embodies the essential principle of separation, the necessary division that allows consciousness to emerge from a unified whole. The black sun of Saturn, a concept explored in the depths of alchemical and Jungian psychology, signifies the vital journey into the unconscious, the confrontation with what Jung called the shadow, those parts of ourselves we don't acknowledge. Jung's concept of the container in psychology, the mental structure that holds and shapes consciousness, finds its geometric parallel in the cube. Like Saturn's limiting function, this cube container paradoxically helps growth by providing a stable structure within which change can happen. This also connects to Saturn's slow orbit, which teaches the virtues of patience and endurance, qualities essential for navigating the difficult lessons it often brings and for fostering true growth. In the Renaissance, figures like Marsilio Ficino explored Saturn's association with melancholy, viewing this divine madness not as an affliction, but as a wellspring of genius and deep contemplation. This linked the darker, somber aspects of Saturn to profound intellectual and creative capacities, suggesting that within the depths of introspection, immense wisdom can be found. In alchemy, Saturn's lead symbolizes the Negrito, or the blackening phase, a time of breakdown and dissolving, yet one that is absolutely essential for the process of transformation. This blackness of transformation is not an end but a crucial step, where the old must decompose for the new to emerge. Saturn, as the lead of the wise, therefore contains the hidden potential for gold. The sevenfold pattern closely linked to Saturn creates what Jung termed a psychoid reality, a realm that goes beyond purely physical or purely psychological, existing in the space between. Saturn's position as the outermost boundary of the visible cosmos thus mirrors its psychological role as the boundary between the conscious and the unconscious parts of our minds. The ultimate, powerful message from the mysterious symbolism of Saturn is that limitations, far from being obstacles, are actually paths to liberation. True wisdom, in its deepest sense, comes not from avoiding the darkness, but from facing it with courage and in doing so, changing its very nature. The inherent paradox of Saturn is that restriction, when embraced, allows for deep freedom, and structure, when understood, unlocks the sources of creativity. It is only by consciously and willingly accepting our inherent limitations that we can truly overcome them. The alchemical journey from Saturn's base lead to the purity of gold is achieved not by rejecting limitations, but by deeply accepting them. The mythical philosopher's stone represents the perfected self, a being that has successfully brought together all opposing forces within its nature. Thus, Saturn's most profound and lasting gift to humanity is the gift of self-knowledge and the difficult, yet ultimately freeing, process of inner transformation. As always, thank you for watching. If you would like to support the channel, there's a Ko-fi and PayPal link in the description and pinned in the comments. But the easiest way to support is just to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a future video. Check out my website, Oculus.com, and the other history channel I narrate for called Folks of Yore. Again, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.